Hi friends, Nathan Mill down under here, back for a vinyl and a CD update. It's been for about 3 weeks since I've done one, and I've got a few things to show. Just a couple of CDs this time and a number of vinyl, so I'm going to get on with it. What's playing in the background, and this is inspired by Metal Mickey, Baton Rouge, a band he loves now, that we're both fairly new to. But yeah, fantastic 80s hair metal. This one came out in 1990, so yeah, not 80s at all, 1990. Yeah, really enjoyable band. As I said, never heard of them back in the day, but glad I came across them. I need to find some of their the other album that Metal Mickey just showed. So yeah, hope you enjoy a bit of Baton Rouge and Shake Your Soul from 1990. I'll start off with the couple of CDs I've got, one of which is a major grail to me. The first one I'm going to show is a band that doesn't get shown very often at all around here. They're classed as a sort of like a new metal band, which a lot of people don't like, but I'm quite impartial to a lot of it. And that is Drowning Pool and Desensitized from 2004 on Wind Up. Yeah, love Drowning Pool. This is their second release with the new singer, because the original singer died. Yeah, really enjoy this album. Nowhere near as good as the debut, but yeah, love that cover. Love to have a copy of this on vinyl, but I don't think it's ever been put out on vinyl. There's the guys in the back, and there is the new singer at the time. Inside we have that Carry On. So glad to have it. I have the debut, and inside we have a little mini poster there. So yep, been looking for a copy of this for a while, and I managed to find this for $1 here in New Zealand, so snapped it up. A lot of you guys in there probably don't like Drowning Pool. But yeah, I like all styles of music, which you will see from my vinyl update. Yep, Desensitized, Drowning Pool, 2004 on Wind Up. Hope the music isn't too loud, I'll turn it down a little bit. Now for the Grail. Now this is from an Australian thrash band. From the early 90s, late 80s to early 90s. A friend of mine picked this up, and I was always after a copy, but very hard to come by back then, and I just had to listen to his. And I recently found out that Dive Bomb Records had reissued it with lots of other extra goodies on it, and it is by a band called Addictive, and the album is called Kick 'Em Hard. Now this came out in 1992, I believe, but this also has lots of bonus tracks. Double disc. It also has their debut album on here, Pity of a Man, from 1989, with lots of bonus live tracks. And on the Kick 'Em Hard album, it has bonus tracks as well, including a version they did of Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. So certainly lots to listen to on this album. Great thrash, clean vocals. If you like bands like Mortal Sin, Allegiance, Flotsam and Jetsam, you really enjoy Addictive it's actually from 1993. But yeah, great cover there with the boot. As I said, this is a big grail for me. So stoked to finally have a copy. There's the guys there. Right up about the band. Have no idea where they are now. Probably, I very much doubt they would still be together. Yeah, little collage there, typical thrash collage. But yeah, wrapped to have this, and we just have all the lyrics. So yeah, Addictive, Kick 'Em Hard. If you're interested, go to Dive Bomb Records. You might be able to find a copy. I found this here in New Zealand, luckily, and snagged this copy. At the time, I didn't know that it had all these extra songs on it, and when it turned up in the mail and I had a look, I thought, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, glad I got it, that's for sure. So Brendan, if you have never heard of Addictive, do check them out. I'm not sure where they are from in Australia, or I know they're an Australian thrash band, so yeah, great band, Addictive, kick 'em hard. So that's the CDs. Now the first two vinyl I'm going to show are not rock or metal at all. As a lot of you know, I do like a lot of 80s pop, and I picked up a couple. I went to a record fair last weekend, and I managed to find two Grails there on vinyl, plus another couple, including these two. And don't laugh, but I am actually a big fan of Belinda Carlisle. Not a huge fan of her stuff before, when she was in the Go-Go's, something like that anyway. But I do really enjoy her solo stuff. This is her second release, Runaway Train, and yeah, absolutely love the song Leave a Light On. Great song, and she has absolutely gorgeous eyes, brightest blue eyes I've ever seen. But amazing artist. This album came out in 1989. I know Bev Clark-Vision, massive fan of Belinda. I think it was her first concert she ever went to. Also have her debut on vinyl as well. So yeah, stoked to have a copy of this on vinyl. Not in the greatest of condition, I'd say VG at best, but yeah, plays fine, so I'm just glad to have a copy. Not metal at all, but as you know, I do enjoy some pop. And the next one is a bit of a novelty, and it is Cliff Richard, Living Doll, which includes The Young Ones. Now if you're not aware of The Young Ones, they are an English, there was an English comedy from back in the early 80s, possibly even late 70s, but no, they're around about 1980. Hilarious English comedy. Yeah, always in hysterics every time I go back and watch every episode. Really dirty humour, really great stuff. The English do it best, in my opinion, when it comes to comedy. You can't beat the old English comedy. And this was a release for the Crisis in Africa. It's just a 12-inch single. It's said Living Doll, and on the B-side it has a song, what's it called? All the Little Flowers Are Happy, and it's more of just talking comedy by the Young Ones, but quite enjoyable. And unfortunately we've lost two of the guys now. Rick Mayall passed away a few years ago, and I'm not sure what his real name was, whether it was Michael in real life, but he passed away quite a few years ago now. But yeah, love it, absolutely love it. We have Vivian the punk rocker, Neil the hippie. Yeah, just great stuff, and it's a really great, fun song. Yeah, so a bit of Cliff Richard and the Young Ones. Stoked to have it. As I said, more of a novelty, but yeah. Next one is AOR, and it is from the band Heart and Brigade. I really enjoy mid to early 90s Heart. Never really got into any of the earlier stuff. This one comes out on Capitol Records, and it came out, did I say year? 1990. I actually thought this came out earlier. Yeah, 1990. Heart and Brigade. I have this on cassette, but yeah, glad to have a copy on vinyl. I remember this album back in the day. Never owned it, of course, but it had some great songs on it. You had the tracks that came out. What do we have here? All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You. Yeah, just great AOR from Nancy and Ann Wilson. We have lyrics, and then we have the band there. Fantastic AOR, real feel good rock and roll, and I really enjoy, as I said, the mid 80s to early 90s heart. It's more hard rock than a lot of the other stuff. And I just recently saw a clip on YouTube of Ian and Nancy Wilson doing a version of Stairway to Heaven, along with John Bonham's son on drums, Jason Bonham, and yeah, awesome rendition. The boys from Led Zeppelin were there, and they absolutely loved it. Yeah, so stoked to have that heart. Next one, as I said, these all came from a record fair I went to, apart from the last two, which are brand new releases. And the next one I picked up, Bullet Boys, and this is their debut, just self-titled. Heard a few songs of Bullet Boys back in the day, but there was just so many bands out there, there was just way too much to listen to. There's the guys in the back. This one came out in... should actually look at this before I do the video, but I can't see a date on it. Does it say on the sleeve? 1988. And here's still like a cartoon picture there. And this is a near mint condition. Not a mark on it. On Warner Brothers. Very, very thin vinyl, so it's obviously a European press. Yeah, I think I picked this one up for $5, 5 New Zealand dollars too. So that's probably about £2, maybe about $2.50 American. But yeah, ratifying that. I actually put a bid on this on a local website here in New Zealand, but I missed out. They were asking $7.95 for it, which I thought was a great price. But yeah, picked the copy up for $5, so it's even better, and it's in really great condition. Bullet Boys, fantastic heavy metal hard rock, more of a bluesy, sleazy hard rock. Yeah, I really dig it. I also have their second album on Freak Show on cassette. So, Bullet Boys from 1988. And then a band I own nothing by. Of course, I'd heard of them, but I'd actually never owned anything. And that is TNT. Once again, I picked this up for $5, I believe. Great condition. It was a little bit dirty, a little bit dusty. Still is. I'm going to have time to clean it. But I'm sure this will clean up really nicely. Now this one came out, it's called Intuition, and it came out in 1989. Now I can't remember where these guys are from. Sweden, somewhere like that. European, that's for sure. But yeah, really enjoyable AOR hard rock, hair metal out of Europe. There's the boys on the back. Didn't come with any inner. Not sure whether it originally did or not, whether it was just missing or it didn't come with one. But yeah, really good cover there too. Haven't listened to the full album yet, but I've sampled a few of the tracks online and yeah, really got into it. So yeah, stoked to have my first TNT on vinyl, Intuition. Right, now for a couple of Grails. Now the story behind the first one. Back in 1988, when this album was released, I heard a song called 17, so you might be able to guess what the album is now. I found the record in our local HMV, but of course I was only a young nipper, didn't earn enough pocket money to buy the album, and I had to go away and save for it. And I kept on going back, and the record was always there. But when I finally had enough coin to pick it up, of course, Murphy's Law, it had gone. So it has taken me 32 years to pick up a copy of this on vinyl. I have the cassette, but yep, I always wanted the vinyl since back in the day, and that is the debut Winger. So stoked to have this. Found this here locally in New Zealand, at the record fair, I should say. Yeah, great album in an absolutely pristine condition. You never know, since I found this one in my hometown, this may have even been the original copy I had my eye on in the shop, because I never ever saw another copy again in Palmerston North. So you never know, this could be that copy. But yeah, so stoked when I found this in the record fair. The place was absolutely packed. I could hardly get in anywhere. I was one of the first people there, luckily, and I went straight for a stall which I saw hard rock albums. There's the back, and you said the song 17, fantastic track. The whole album is brilliant in my opinion. I know Winger got given a lot of shit back in the day, especially when the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack came out. For some reason, they got given a lot of shit on that TV program. I do enjoy Beavis and Butthead, but I also really enjoy Winger. And on the inside, we just have lyrics and liner notes. So yeah, a little bit of ringwear there on the back, and even a little bit there on the front. But the album is minty fresh, and stoked to have it. And that is why it is a grail for me, because it has taken me 32 years to get a copy on vinyl. Glad it held out. Never seen it again here in New Zealand. Wherever I've shopped, second-hand shops, never seen it until I went to this record fair. So yeah, debut Winger from 88. Fantastic album. And now the other Grail. I don't know if a lot of you guys might not know of this band. I know Ron Haggerty is a massive fan, and he picked this album up as a Grail some time ago now, a couple of years ago at least. And that is the band Every Mother's Nightmare. He loved that cover. Found this at the record fair as well. It was actually right in behind the Winger. So yeah, didn't come with I don't think it came with a inner sleeve. But the record, absolutely pristine. And in actual fact, this album was still sealed when I picked it up. The cassette's finished, but we'll just leave it on a wrister. Look how clean that vinyl is. Brand new, still sealed. Haven't played it yet, so hopefully it isn't warped. Being from, let's see what year it's from. This is a UK pressing. Came out in 1990 as well. Love this album. The song Love Can Make You Blind is a great slower ballad. Yeah, I love the whole album. There's the guys on the back. Not sure if these guys had any other releases. To me, this was the only album I was ever after by them, if there was any more or not. They came out in 1990, right at the end of the hair metal, so that could have been possibly why they didn't go any further. But yeah, Every Mother's Nightmare, major grail for me. And as I said, from 1990, 30 years old now. Look how clean it is. Little tiny neck there. Look, absolutely fantastic. Still sealed at the time. Yeah, so stoked to finally have Every Mother's Nightmare on a vinyl. Two more, and these are new releases. First one is by Lost Society. This is their brand new album. No Absolution. Now this is a rather big departure from the other albums. The other albums are very, very thrashy. This still has some thrash elements in it, don't get me wrong, but it's more groove metal, more groove orientated now. I dig it just the same. Still fantastic vocals, music, still very hard hitting stuff. There's a better picture of it there. You've got the guillotine. There's the back there. In my eyes, these guys can't do wrong. Whether they change their style or not. Just young, a very young band. Kicking it. I'm pretty sure they're from Finland, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we have the words to the songs. Don't think there was anything else in there. Nope, that was it. It's quite expensive to pick this up, but so glad I did. There's the label. Yeah, love this album. It came out 2020. Love this album. I love this band. Brain Dead, their previous album to this, which came out in 2015, 2016, is my definite favourite. But No Absolution is still a cracker album in my eyes. A lot of people don't like it because it's lost its thrash, full-on thrash attack. But yeah, to me, still a great album. And so stoked to have The Lost Society. And one more, and it is a big grail for me as well. My all-time favourite album of the 1990s. I got into a lot of New York hardcore back in that time, and death metal. Once the grunge came in and the hair metal went out, which was my thing. So I decided to go into more heavier style. I loved the thrash as well, but even a lot of that sort of like dried up, and so I got into the death and the New York hardcore, and a bit of punk as well. But this is my favourite album of the 1990s. When it came out, I don't believe it ever came out on vinyl, and when I saw that this has been reissued, I snagged it, and that is Biohazard, State of the World Address, limited edition of 1,000 silver coloured copies, individually numbered. Includes insert 180 gram audio file vinyl on music on vinyl. It's a fantastic company, put out awesome releases, but yes, State of the World Address, just stoked to have this on vinyl. Of course I have the CD, I had it on cassette back when I was a kid, but have it on vinyl, absolutely made up, as Mark G would say. Yes, I got very heavily into bands like this, Madball, Agnostic Front, Sick of It All, which Mark G just sent me an album by them on cassette. So this has got a matte finish, which is awesome. We have the back. Tattoos there. And we have the lyrics. And as I said, the vinyl came on this silver vinyl, which I really looks quite cool with the orange, sort of like a Biohazard colour there, the orange. Yeah, so stoked to have this. As I said, love this album back in the day. Just fantastic. New York hardcore. I know this guy here, I've forgotten his name, but he actually got into making porn movies. He was in them himself. Yep, so Biohazard, State of the World Address. So that's my update for now. Thanks guys, hope it didn't bore you silly. I hope you didn't mind the couple of pop albums I threw in there. But I will catch you guys very, very soon. I have got, if I remember correctly, about 14 items still to arrive in the mail. But we've still got slow mail over here, especially out of Europe. It's alright coming from America and Japan, but the stuff coming out of Europe is just so slow. I'm still waiting on one CD that I ordered on March the 6th. So however long that is ago, I'm still waiting on it. Yeah. So thanks guys, won't go on anymore. Enjoy your rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you later.